Hello everyone. My name is Dr. Sanjay SV and I am son of Sri S. Vishwanath and Srimati MS Bhagyalakshmi. I did my MBBS from Belgavi Institute of Medical Sciences, Belgavi, and I got an All India rank of 555 in this NEET PG 2021 examination. I started my PG preparation, a dedicated PG preparation from April 2020, the time from which Bhatia started with live classes. To talk about my internship or my UG days, I didn't study anything oriented with MCQs or entrance examination. I just studied the textbooks, which I didn't study any standard textbooks. And internship in BIMS is quite hectic. So we didn't have time to study for entrance or solve MCQs as such, and I couldn't dedicate any time during my internship. So in March, we were started with a face-to-face class, and after one day of physiology class due to COVID, classes got cancelled. So the March second week and third week, we were very uncertain how to go ahead. But Bhatia immediately came up with the initiative and started with live classes, and it all started from April first week. And it started with Rajat sir's radiology class, and it went well, and we got confidence that okay, it can be done. But the right path ahead and clarity of everything, how the way to go ahead was given by Dr. Tamim sir during his orientation class, and I believe everybody would agree that was the most vital or crucial class for any PG aspirant preparing ahead. So because basically we didn't have any idea, and basically who hasn't done any preparation during the UG or internship, they would have that apprehension of would it be possible to cover all the 19 subjects during the, just within a span of 7 to 8 months. So to me personally, Dr. Tamim sir's class was what gave me the calm and gave me the confidence and made me believe in the Bhatia classes and professors. So online class, live classes went ahead from April first week, and as per Rajat sir's promise, he completed all the 19 subjects by September last week. So my typical day would be attend the live classes first, and once the live classes got over, I used to study late night. So my first aim would be to finish the notes properly, understand whatever I've written, and I would try to solve modules of whatever the topics that have been completed on the same day before going to sleep. It was easy in the initial days, but as time went, I could give proper time to notes, but I couldn't solve all the modules or all the topics of all the MCQs from all the topics being covered. So that's how I went ahead, that's how my plan was, and that's how I worked for those months of April to September last. So once October started, vibe sessions were started. So October first week went for vibe, and October second week went for I took for all the backlog which I had from April to September, during the period of April to September, to complete those backlogs. October second week, all I had done was finish one reading. It was not revision. Finish one reading, solve as many MCQs as possible from all the subjects, all the topics, and that's it. I hadn't given even one revision. So November INI was just in 1 month. So I'm a slow reader basically. So I thought to myself, I didn't want to compromise on my first revision, because first revision is very vital and it forms a solid platform to your next revisions. So I thought, let me prepare at a pace where I'm comfortable, and let my main target be NEET 2021 in January. So I just went ahead calmly and at a slow pace with OBG, and I started with major subjects. So by the time INI November came, exam dates came, I had completed 4 to 5 subjects, and I gave my INI and I got a rank of 6,500. I was a little bit disappointed, but I knew I hadn't done a solid first revision. So once INI results were out, there were speculations of NEET getting postponed. So 1 week got wasted and I couldn't study properly post INI for 1 week. Then when Rajat sir made it clear that you have sufficient ample time until March, and by that time, one more thing I would like to share is, when I started with my revision from October second week, I realized that the subjects which I was very confident and I used to solve very good on subject-wise tests during the time when the live classes were done, everything seemed new to me. So I realized that was one of the mistake which I had done, which is not revising the subjects which are already done in between. But frankly speaking, with the live classes jam-packed, for a slow reader like me, I couldn't have accommodated the time required to revise the previous subjects. But then when this postponement came, I felt it was a boon to me, because I knew that was a mistake which I had done, and I wanted to correct going ahead. So right at that time, when I was thinking how to frame a timetable, what is the way ahead, Nazir sir's NKP, where he did. It was a very meticulously done, and I would like to thank sir for that. He divided the subjects into three groups, and each group had two subgroups, and each subgroup had four subjects. So the plan which he gave us was we finished the four subjects, and before going to the next four subjects, we should dedicate 3 to 4 days or 5 days, how many hours days are required to do the next revision. So to me personally, that felt it was the right strategy, because the early you retrieve and the many times you revise, there will be long-term potentiation in your memory. So I just stuck to that timetable. I didn't try to complicate things. And when I started with proper solid revision with this dividing into three groups, I again cleared the QBank. I used the online platform Marrow for solving my questions. So I cleared the QBank, and I started with the revision, aiming that I would complete my notes, solve the QBank, and when my second revision comes after completing four subjects, I would just go through the notes again. So that was my first revision, solid revision, and that was how I went ahead from November. So basically, after every 8 subjects, I used to give a GT, and I started giving my GTs actually in September, and minimum 2 GTs per month I used to give. Then once this timetable of Nazir sir came, it became a constant. That is, after every 8 subjects, I used to give a GT. At beginning, I used to give GTs from 3 platforms. Then I just narrowed it down to Marrow and DBMCI, Bhatia Grand Test. So by the time April NEET date was announced, I had completed 2 revisions with GTs, and during this revision, I used to make short notes of all the volatile topics. This was suggested by Tamim sir also. Basically, I used to do that in the first page of every book, and few tables or few scoring system. I kept 2 books separately to have a concise, volatile topics of all the 19 subjects. So I had ample time during my revision from November. So the postponement was a boon to me. So I had compiled almost 15 subjects volatile topics in 2 books, and I had also done 2 revisions of notes. And this time the QBank solving, I could solve more number of modules, and GTs were also improving gradually. So by March end, I had completed 2 revisions, and I had kept April 10 days for the volatile topics of which are written in the 2 books, and other recent NEET MCQs to solve, and to revise it, to go through it again. So, but I realized that by the last week of April, before the exam got postponed, there were some weaker topics, or there were some loopholes in my preparation. So once again the exam got postponed, and I was disappointed at the beginning, but again I told to myself, there are some loopholes still in your preparation, and you can use that time for correcting those loopholes or weakness. So then again INI came. The dilemma came whether should I prepare for INI again, because INI was next in 19 days. So when I was still in the dilemma, it got postponed by 1 month. So again, there was no proper plan ahead. So I would say after postponement of exams in April, it was very uncertain, and I couldn't give proper planned study time. I used to study all the subjects which I used to feel I was weak at, or which were very volatile, or which I felt that I needed to strengthen them more. Again, INI got postponed by 1 month, so again it was uncertain. So basically until June, everything went unplanned, everything went uncertain, with so many apprehensions and fears and all. So by July, when the NEET timetable was announced, it was 7 to 10 days before INI, and again I didn't feel like I'm totally ready for INI, because the 2 to 2.5 months of uncertainty with no solid preparation. So I thought, okay, if you're uncertain and if your actual aim is for NEET, I stopped preparation. I stopped my preparation for INI, and when it was 10 days for INI, I made a proper timetable for NEET, keeping September 11th as date. So again, this was my 3rd revision. So again, I followed the same strategy with Dr. Nazir sir had given, which I had started in November. So I used to study 4 subjects, revise the notes, and this time I used to solve MCQs from custom modules rather than going to the QBank again. Custom modules, basically first I used to solve recent NEET before going to sleep, and once all the recent NEET were completed, and still if I had time, I would use different hashtags, different image based questions or clinical questions. So that's how I went ahead. And again, by the time by the time September had come, I had completed 2 revisions as per my plan, which I started in July. So this was how my preparation was throughout the journey of 18 months. During these 18 months, if I have to talk about the faculty and the teaching, my special thanks and gratitude would be especially to Dr. Tamim sir. And all the teachers were very good at teaching the concepts and giving notes. But what I would like to stress more was with like every subject, whenever a subject live class was going on, the teacher gave us the energy, gave us the motivation or the push needed to propel ourselves forward until the next subject came. So the live classes were not just about the teaching or the concept. It also gave us the necessary motivation or the necessary push for us to go ahead. So the professors whom I would like to thank personally is Dr. Tamim sir, of course, and Dr. Ashwani sir, Dr. Nazeer sir, Dr. Praveen sir, and Dr. Rajat sir, of course, because he managed almost academic and non-academic things, and he used to answer my personal queries regarding any doubts I had. And Dr. Jai sir's notes is too good because the flowcharts which he gives is so useful that you can complete you might feel like the bulk of 5 to 6 notes, but once you revise it again and again, you'll realize that it will go faster and you'll remember better, and you can solve questions easily. Like every possible questions can be solved just by going to the flowcharts of Jai sir. And individually, if I have to speak about the subjects, Dr. Ashwani sir is, everybody knows about him. Once you start revision with 2 to 3 times, you can complete anatomy in less than a day. And physiology sir's notes were very conceptual. Biochemistry I did from Dr. Rebecca Mann, and her notes were also very good. And pathology, all the notes basically they made the concepts clear. They were concise, they were precise. So basically, you'll realize that over a period of 9 months, it's not about how much you read. It's about what you remember from what you've read. So I would like to share some of the realizations or some of the mistakes which I felt I did with my juniors or whoever is going to listen. In the initial days when we start, you'll be pumped up. You'll have so much energy that you'll finish whatever is done on that particular day and you'll not stop there. Because you'll feel that, okay, it's a big exam, I should do more and I have time. So you'll start doing notes from multiple sources, and you'll start reading guidebooks. These are all, the initial days of preparation where we feel that whatever we are doing more, it will be productive and it will be useful. But in the long run, you'll realize it's not about how much you study or how much you've gathered. It's about what you remember from what you've studied. So basically, if I want to tell one suggestion to the juniors who are starting freshly or have started just, if you've completed with that day's target, don't go on and jump to do newer things. Just revise whatever is done, despite you feel that I know already what I have done. Just revise. Revision is the key, and revision is what will get you ahead. And one more thing which helped me and which Dr. Tamim sir shared is, once you start your preparation, you need to assess yourself. So basically, according to sir, there will be two groups of students. One group will be who are strong at their concepts. The other group will be who are strong at their facts. So that's something only you can judge, and you should decide. You can't ask your friend or your faculty or anybody. So over a course of few days, I realized my concepts were good, and I was weak at answering fact-based questions. Like silliest, I used to make mistakes. Even in my November INA, I remember I had done a mistake of color coding of cylinders in anesthesia machines. So once you realize you are from either category, you can focus accordingly. Revising the notes which you've made, making short notes of what you feel are volatile things, rather than solving MCQs more. Because once you feel that your concepts are good, the more questions you solve, your speed will increase. But if your facts are not good, irrespective of number of questions you solve, you'll again make the same mistakes because they are memory based. So if you want to make your memory stronger, I would suggest, and if you feel that your facts are fact-based questions are weaker, the more you revise the notes, the better it is. And the more short notes or the more concise notes you make, it will be useful for you in the long run. So that is one thing. And coming to source, one source doesn't mean one source means you consider it's the source for the subject. So if you're watching subject from a particular faculty, whatever the notes they gave is more than sufficient to cover almost 80% of the questions. So don't jump to other platforms PDF notes which you get on Telegram groups and try to read the add notes to it. Rather, if you want to add something to your notes, it should be from your QBank, whichever the source you are using, and you should not add everything from the QBank. You should add just the words or the short forms. So one source to me personally means one source for a particular subject. Whichever faculty you are comfortable with, you can choose them. And once you finish them with your notes, whatever you add to the notes should be from the QBank, whichever is necessary, and nothing from other source or other PDFs or other faculty's notes. It's not necessary. That's what I'm trying to tell you here, because your notes will cover 80% of the questions. Whatever the remaining 20% are there, you can add them from your QBank. I didn't add much from my QBank. It was just I would add a keyword or a topic, which basically, if they're asked in previous years, they would be already in the notes. But if 2 or 3 questions are missed, I would add them. That's all. Coming to the GTs, you can start. The earlier you start, the better it is. You need not wait till you complete half subjects or 19 subjects. It's not necessary. And then how to go ahead with GTs means you need to go through all the questions once, just skim through them, and then the wrong questions you need to focus on them. If you don't review your GTs, it's of no use giving the GTs, irrespective of you get a good rank or a bad rank. One more thing I would like to add is there are a number of interviews coming from different platforms on YouTube from many students already who've given their INI, who've given their NEET recently. So whoever are starting the preparation, they tend to get intimidated by the journey which the students share. I used to do that. Like someone would share that they used to study for 10 to 12 hours, and we at the initial phase of preparation, we are always trying to lower our confidence. So once someone tells we are studying for 10 hours, we try to compare with them. But what I've realized over this period is you can watch any interview. Each will have their own strategy. Each will have their own sleep timings. Each will have the number of hours they dedicate. The number of revisions also, it will be different for individual. So what I realized and what I want everybody also to take is, it's not about what strategy they follow, or it's not about how many hours of dedication they've dedicated studying they do. It's about belief in whatever they are doing. So how do you get that belief in whatever you're doing? It will be individual. Like it is different for different individual, and you will only figure it out if you given enough time to your preparation, enough time to yourself. If you've given GTs, if you've basically dedicated all your timing and your thinking to your preparation. So the earlier you start, the better it is, because you'll start to realize your own strengths and weakness. And to me also, I had many friends who had done multiple platforms, who had done multiple sources of revision, multiple times of revision, multiple sources for their GTs and QBanks. Some of my friends had done QBanks from 2-3 sources completed. At initial days when I used to listen to them, I used to get apprehensive. I used to doubt myself. But then I realized my strength was revising whatever I've done from one source and making my facts strong. Because I was confident that I'm good at concepts, and any question from any question, I can try my best to eliminate the options and go ahead for the answer. So it's natural to get bogged down, natural to get intimidated by your friends, natural to get it's okay to get depressed by your GT scores. And one thing everybody should realize is, it's not all positive for whoever scored a good rank. They too have gone into depression phases. They too have doubted themselves. So what is important is you keep going ahead. Like Dr. Tamim sir once told in his class, this PG preparation phase is like a pendulum. So to conclude, I would say belief in yourself and having an aim is very important, and finding out your own strategy is equally important, and you stick to it irrespective of your GT results or what your friends and others are doing. And that's it. Revise, and all of you can do it. Thank you very much.